So, hello everyone. I hope my voice is clear. If yes, can someone raise their hand and tell or unmute yourself and tell that okay, you're able to see me? Hello. All right, thank you. Okay, sorry for the late. So we'll start our session now. Okay, my name is Sai Prashanth, and this session is about blue teaming. So basically, you might have heard about cybersecurity, right? And in cybersecurity, there are multiple roles like red teaming, penetration testing, vulnerability assessment. And this session gonna be interactive session. Let's have interactive session, and let's make this more comfortable with what is blue teaming or what is cybersecurity, and what we talk about and what we are going to discuss, right? Um, so I think let's get started because it's already a little late. Let me share the screen and once confirm me if you're able to see the screen, okay? So I hope it's visible now. Able to see the screen? Hello.
Yes, Prashant.
Okay. All right. So there is little introduction about me. As you know, my name is Prashanth Pulisetti, and I am working as cybersecurity specialist from last 5 years in in the industry, right? And I have been doing blue teaming, red teaming, and also purple teaming. I'll discuss more about what is that in the later. So little to know about me. Um, uh, I'm a part-time, bug bounty hunter and ethical hacker, and I also contribute to open source tools and technologies that are available. I have created few Sigma rules, and I have been, you know, creating some atomic red team simulations. I'll come and tell what are those and why we need. Okay, and my main thing is I do malware analysis, threat hunting, and content development. So what is malware analysis is like, malware analysis is like, you have a binary or you have a malicious software, right? And you analyze it and you make it, you bring down, you break down the malware and you identify what or why this is called a malware, right? And from that, you extract the from that you extract the evidences and you extract the important fields which can be useful for a defender. So this is my job and this is overview about me. Okay, and to know why this blue team session is started, let me start session and we'll see what does it look like. Okay, so coming to blue team mastery, blue team mastering security operations and analysis. So can someone tell me what is blue teaming here? Can someone unmute themselves and speak about what is blue team? Hello. Okay. So blue team is nothing. Yeah, Ramu, if you have something you can speak.
Hi, Prashant. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, good. So basically, my understanding about blue team is like protecting our own environment, like from the black hat hackers and
Mm,
all this stuff, like securing the environment.
correct. Correct.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, as Ramu said, let me brief overview about it. Okay. So blue team is nothing but, so now let's take a real world example. Okay. Now we have police in our society. If someone, if a thief comes and stole something from your house, okay, you cannot directly, if you don't have good locker or if you don't have fencing, right? So that is called a weak point where a attacker, where a thief can get directly into your house and steal the things. So if you have a good compound wall and if you have a good locker system, right, now it becomes little difficult for a thief to get and stole the things. Correct, no? Similarly, if something that is related to digital asset, okay, when I say digital asset, it can be your mobile phone, it can be your bank, it can be your office information, anything that is related to digital, it is called as cyber. Okay. If an attacker attacking cyber secure, I mean, if an attacker is attacking any digital asset, it is called attacking. Okay, cyber attacking. Now, how to protect ourselves from cyber attacking? The question is, how do we protect ourselves from cybersecurity attacks? Okay, so for this, now you might get a question: what happens if they get hacked? Okay, suppose let's assume that a company A has attacked with a ransomware attack. I'll tell you what is ransomware. Okay, so ransomware is a kind of malware. What happens is when a company got infected with ransomware, right? So that particular company database will be stolen by the attackers. Okay, that means they have taken the database, and whatever the files are there in your system are encrypted. So encryption means if someone has encrypted a message, then you should have a decrypt to get understand what is there inside the message. Okay, if you don't have decryption key, you cannot get the message into plain text. So again, when I'm using some terms about encryption, decryption, and to know all this, right? In coming sessions or in the coming classes, we'll get in detail about them. How do we do encryption? How do we do attacking and all this stuff? But let's have this basic terminologies. Okay, encryption means something which we cannot read with our um, which we cannot read, like no human understandable language. Okay, just remember that word. And now, what happens when an attacker steals that? The first thing is your database is out. One means your personal information like mobile number, Gmail. You might be receiving your spam calls, right? Like spam messages. You get, advertisement calls. Though you're not subscribed for that company, but that particular bank or that particular company will call you. Okay, it's not actually that particular bank is calling you. Some scammer is calling you from backend. So how do you get those numbers? How hackers are getting? Okay, so all these things are interlinked with cyber attacks. Okay, now to protect that, right, to protect against organizations, we have this blue teaming. Okay, now when I say blue teaming, that includes multiple aspects. In that, there is security operations, there is incident response team, there is malware analysis team, there is threat hunting team, and there is VAPT team. So these all comes under blue teaming. Okay, and this is about me, which again, as I said, overall, like I have overall 5 years of experience in purple teaming. As I said, I did some bug bounties, I did some Sigma rules, I hacked W4 Women website, Dell website, and I have created some atomic red team simulations. Okay, and if you go to my website, right, you can see where did I submit, how did I got those all. Okay, and created 100 plus elastic use cases. And this course is mainly about how to create use cases, how do we create alerts, how do we create these methodologies to stop the cyber attacks. Okay, and as my part of my pen test project, I hacked one of my college network. I was able to get into their network, and I was able to get into their financial things, that what projects they have. See, when I am as a student, I was able to get in. You can understand how weak the network is, right? So after that, I have reported to college, and they have patched it. And a few certifications that helped me to reach my goals are it's certified red team operator and pen tester, and forensic investigator, and etc. Okay, so these are few certifications that I have done, and which helped me to where that I'm standing right now. Okay, and let's see the agenda of this course, and what all we are going to learn, what all we are going to get uh, the complete this 4 weeks or 5 weeks journey, right? So first one is introduction to blue team security and operations. So what is this blue team security and how it works? Okay, let's see the mind map once. Okay, so now here we have how to start a career in cybersecurity, especially for SOC. So specifically for SOC is nothing but it is somewhere we it is something like you don't need much technical knowledge here. Okay, when I say you know in the last decade we have seen when you want to get into cybersecurity, sorry, when you want to get into some MNC company, it was taught us that you should learn some programming language like C, Java, or Python, or etc. Right? So these were taught to us that you should learn only this, then only you will get in some good company. But now after COVID, if you see the situation, that the completely has changed. So if you want to get a technical job, and if you don't want it to be a something like coding, okay, then you can choose cybersecurity. So why I'm telling the cybersecurity, because see, in cybersecurity, you don't need really programming. Okay, you if you know how to read the program. Okay, if you just know how to read the program, how to write. I mean, not write, but how to understand the program. What happens when you see. So it is very easy for you to get into cybersecurity as a blue teamer. So when it comes to red teamer, yes, you have to learn at least one programming language, because you have to know how to write a payload. But in terms of blue team, you don't need you don't need to know how to write a program, and you just need to know how to understand the program. Okay, so now how to start a career in blue teaming. Okay, so if you take the traditional method, in traditional method here you can see education and training. Okay, first at least you should have a minimum degree, and then you have to do some certifications like you don't think about CISSP. That's a standard one, which you can do after 5 years. But the certified ethical hacking course or CompTIA plus course, right? So these two, they bring some value added to your education. Okay, and then you have to take a course, network security, cryptography, malware analysis, incident response, and then gain hands-on experience on through internships and projects. So now this is a traditional method to if you want to get into cybersecurity. So what we can do this course is, so how the course is designed is, see, since I've been in last 5 years in the security domain, and which I'm working in a domain, um, which there is a common way. So instead of studying all this much of big syllabus, so I have grouped into small syllabus, and we made something like what all important things that you should understand if you want to be a cybersecurity analyst. Okay, so my course contains mostly about the important topics which are picked from all these subjects. Okay, uh, suppose if you want to be a network cybersecurity analyst, then you have to know about Windows internals, you have to know about network security, you have to know about Azure Active Directory and domain controllers, how they work, basics of fundamental analysis. So all these topics has been divided into each module, and that particular module we are going to run through on a complete practical session. Okay, and there might be few sessions that are going to be theoretical, like network security, but I'll try to be more on practical side, how we are going to attack first thing, and how we are going to detect, and how we are going to create use cases on top of it. So if you know these three things, at the end of the course you can crack any interview. Okay, so right now, if you I'll tell you an example. Okay, so I have started my career in 2019. We are with a team of 5 to 6 people. Okay, but now we are at 38, 39 team. In 3.5 years or 4 years, we have grown into 10, not into 10, into more than that. So the cybersecurity industry is booming now. And next important thing, how can I tell that why a company, or why I'm saying so confident that cybersecurity industry is booming? Okay. Now, for example, if you take term insurance, if you're taking term insurance, that insurer, before he gives you insurance, he'll check what all things you have, or what all diseases you have. You will go for health checkup. You will check he'll check the salary slip. He'll check the financials. How you are stable, if you are able to pay that amount or not. Right. Similarly, if a company want to get protected against cybersecurity, right, they also have insurance. Okay, if they get hacked, right, uh, their money will get down. Okay, the shares go down, they'll go bankrupt, for example. So to get insurance protected for them, they need to get insurance from the government. Okay, particularly if it is an American company, you have to get insurance from uh, SBI. So SBI has to approve. Okay, if it is Indian company, CERT. Okay, so these two organizations, they give insurance. To have insurance, or to get insurance, these companies will ask, or these government companies will ask, whether your company is having cybersecurity service or not. So what is cybersecurity service? They have to do regular pen test services. They have to do SOC services. SOC services is nothing but the blue team services. They have to regularly patch and update, and they have someone to manage their antivirus, EDR engines, and etc. Okay, so these things consider when they are getting to insurance. Okay, now since the coming world is completely digital and every company will opt for a cybersecurity engineer or they need cybersecurity engineers. And currently in India, there is a lot of lack of skills for engineers or the students because the cybersecurity industry was not being taught at the basic grounds, right? And even in my team I have so many people from civil engineering, some mechanical engineering. So if they are able to get in, right, who don't have computer fundamentals, then I think nobody can stop somebody from becoming a blue team engineer. Okay, and here there's a mind map, and you develop a strong foundation over computer systems. So right now we are seeing the Windows machine in only one way. So when I say one way, we know what is this click. Okay, if I click this start button, the GUI opens. But do you actually know what happens when you click the start button? What is running in the backend? Okay, if I open a command prompt and if I write PowerShell, so what is making PowerShell to launch that command prompt? Okay, we learn that deep level. Okay, we learn about host files, we learn about registry files, why they are important. Okay, and we learn about networking, so how the traffic is going, what is IP address, what is MAC address. Okay, we learn about what is port numbers, how these ports are functioning. Okay, and we also study about phishing emails, how to create phishing email, how to detect phishing email, how to block the sender, how to investigate the phishing email. Okay, so and tons more. Okay, it's not limited to that. And we also discuss about Azure Active Directory and non-premises Active Directory, how to create users, how to detect the users if any new user has been added to organization, how to detect them. Okay, so we'll go completely in depth understanding what industry required. Okay, as I said, nothing we are going to do discuss about theory that okay, I have given this PPTs, just read. No, we are not going in that way. And I also have few recording sessions which I can share you guys in the upcoming sessions. If someone who can register for the course, that would be really great. And if someone is ready to join the course, right? And if we are really performing well, I can completely 100% assure that I can assure that I mean I can place you in one of the companies. Because for example, if you take myself, in every quarter we have at least 3 to 4 3 to 4 recruitments happening. Okay, and we're also starting office in Hyderabad. We're also looking for the candidates on the cybersecurity. So I can try best myself. If someone registers the course, I can. And if you're performing really well, then nobody can stop you from becoming a cybersecurity engineer. Okay, and next, so hands-on experience, which is more important. So as I said, this course is going to be more about the practical session. So while I'm doing the demo session, right, while I'm doing the interactive session or when a practical session, I also give the recordings, and I also make sure that you are doing that. We'll also have some you know practical sessions. I give you a particular malware to execute in your own sandbox after setting the sandbox, right? And we'll set up few logs, we'll integrate few logs, and we'll see how the logs are getting. How can you create a use case on top of that? How can you write rules on top of that? How can you ingest those logs into our SIM tool, right? So we'll have this complete hands-on session, and there are few CTFs and capture the blocks, capture the flag sessions, where we can, I hope you might know this, the try hack me or hack the box boxes, which are open source again. We have a few good blogs there where we can, once you understand the concepts, right, we can go there and practice there, and we can become, strong in their hands-on session. So I would like to take a pause here. Let me know if anybody has questions before we go to the next session. So any questions here? Okay, if no questions, then I'll go with the next topic here. So, continuous learning and career advancement. Okay, so why I'm saying this continuous learning and career advancement is so cybersecurity is something growing industry, right? You don't know what malware will come tomorrow. Okay, you don't know what incident will happen tomorrow. So there will be zero-day attacks. Zero-day attacks are nothing but there is a vulnerability which is not known to the world earlier. Okay, someone has created a attack or someone has created some specific attack which nobody knows, so that they released publicly and public started exploiting it. Okay, so those kind of attacks are called zero day attacks. So when I joined in 2019, the cybersecurity looked different. Okay, so right now the cybersecurity is looking different. So in 2019, right, there are no much malwares, there are no much cyber attacks. But after COVID, if you see, the cyber attacks has grown a lot. In regular life, we are seeing with sextortion. Someone calls and someone calls you and they take the video recordings and that they blackmail you for the money, right? This is cyberbullying. This is called sextortion. This is a cyber attack. Okay. And next thing is, someone just calls you and tell that you have to link with your Aadhaar. We need your OTP. Then money gone. This is a cyber attack. Okay. These kind of scams has been increased a lot. Okay. So if you don't study and if you don't keep yourself updated, it becomes very difficult to stand in cybersecurity industry. Okay. Uh, so somebody asked me, so like, why do you do so many certifications or why do you go to conferences, right? So if you do certifications, right, what happens is, though you may not study things regularly, these certifications keep you updated with what happening outside the industry. Okay, they help you to become, okay, you are an active member in cybersecurity industry. You know things how it is happening, and the cybersecurity industry is fast growing. You have to understand about the malwares, you have to read about the malware, you have to read how the malware is designed, right? You have to understand at that level. So that's why you have to learn continuously, and you have to make ourselves a better person in cybersecurity industry. And next one is networking and professional development. So so we'll start, as you know that we have a premium members in premium group for the people who registered the course, and there you get regular job updates. You will be getting regular, you know if any new malware is there. I write blogs, and I keep posting about the blogs. I keep posting about the recent cyber attacks. So it helps us, and the community is growing now, right? We can we can meet at place, we can conduct meetups, we can discuss about things, and it makes us betterment to our growth. Okay, so these are few things which we can achieve from the course. As I said, this is the traditional map. If it takes at least 6 months, 7 months to completely understand, right? So what we have done is we designed this course for at least 4 5 weeks course, or only on weekends. Maybe it can be like 45 hours or 60 hours session, so which can taught only what is required. Okay, and then once you understand the basics, once you know what to do and what to tell, then you can start on your own learning about about the recent techniques and how to do. Okay, so we'll see a small demo session. uh, so right now I spoke a lot about how the attacks happen and how the things happen, right? So we'll see a demo session now, how things are happening. So this is one of my victim machine, which is Windows 11, which is the latest version, right, of the Windows operating system. And I have one of my attacking machine. This is my attacker machine. So let me. My attacker machine is ready. My victim machine is also ready. So this is my victim machine. Victim means someone who is going to be attacked. Um, okay, let it get unlocked. Just give me a couple of minutes. It should be back. Okay, it's back. All right. So here I have a the payload which is going to generate on this is a villain. It's an open source tool which is used for creating reverse shells. Reverse shells is nothing but I can get the victim screen here. I mean victim's terminal here. So what I'll do is I'll just enter which gives me the payload here. So this is something called payload. Okay. Generally, what they do is the attackers, right? They'll keep this in an email or they'll keep this in an image, and they'll send you in on a WhatsApp or they'll send you on any computer. Okay. So what happens now? For example, since this is a demo session, I'm going directly here. Um, so this is a partial terminal. Okay. So I hit this payload. Uh, okay. Let me disable antivirus here. So antivirus detected. Let me clear that. Let's now the once the session, I mean the PowerShell script has ran. So we don't know what happened. Okay. So directly you can see here, like see there is nothing here, right? Just the hack happened in real time, right? What happens is you don't even see the PowerShell screen, okay, in the real attacks. So now what I have the backdoor session open. Okay. Let me see if I have any sessions. Okay, we have session and I'm going and creating a shell. Okay, and I'm copying the shell here and I'm pasting the shell ID. All right, so you see here the C user Sasuke. Okay, so the Sasuke is the username for this. Okay, how do I see? So if I give who am I, so it's a Sasuke and host name is Uchiha PC. Okay, so here if I type, it should get the same. Who am I? You see Konoha Sasuke, host name which is a PC, and you know what attackers can do to make it persistent? They can create another user. Okay, so we'll do one thing. You know how to create in Windows, right? Net user will create Hitachi. Will create test at the rate 123 and add. So this is the way where we can create a new user. Okay. Now the attacker, what he is doing, he got into Sasuke's PC and he is creating a new user. Okay, which is attacker is doing, he's new creating a new account. So now if you see the command completed successfully, right? Now this is an attack. Now the attacker he has created a successfully a user called Itachi. Okay, so what I'll do here, let's check if that Itachi is really got created here or not. Okay, so net user Itachi. See here that Itachi user has been created. So when did it got created? It's today 11th, right? So password changeable. Okay, here the last password said was today. So today itself it got created. Okay. So now these activities were done, but how do you know? How a security analyst will get to know, right? So here I have already set up the monitoring tools or SIM integrated tools here. This is my Elastic, SIM agent or SIM tool, what we call in our regular language. So what we'll do is we will refresh the session for last 15 minutes, and let's take the IP address of the attacker machine. Uh, so what is the IP address here? So the IP address is 130, right? And we'll see, okay, we entered the command here, right? Like net user Itachi. So in the logs, we should able to see those commands. Okay. Process dot, again, this is direct command that I'm giving. Process dot command line is nothing but if someone has typed something on the command line or if something has entered in the command line, right? The command prompt which you have seen. So that I'm entering here with net user. Let's see if there are any logs with net user. Okay, no logs. Net. Let's give some time. Upload. Is there any logs? Elastic. Let's see if the Elastic agent is running on the machine.
Yeah, hi Prashanth. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yeah,
I
Elastic
have
agent. Yeah.
a question about it. Like you have created a new user for the existing one, right? Is
Hmm.
there a possibility that I can delete the existing user created by the admin or someone, like whatever you say, like you are
Yes,
using the delete that
we
and
can.
we can only use the one that we have created. The attacker can do that, right?
Correct. So now I have created Itachi, right? We'll try to delete, okay? Um, uh, um, so there is a command, like net user Itachi, the same Itachi, okay? This is attacker machine, Kali machine, and I'm writing command called delete, okay? So now if you go to Windows 11 box, this is our victim machine, right, where the Itachi user has created. Like before command, if you see net user Itachi, it has gave the name Itachi when the password and everything, right? Now, if I do the same, you see the username could not be found. So the attacker has deleted the user.
Yeah,
So
but
that means
Prashant, I was asking you that like we have created Itachi, but whereas the system has Sasuke user, right? Can you
right.
delete that? Like can the attacker delete that and make this particular Itachi user as an admin or something like whatever
Yes,
he wants,
yes,
so that he can block the access for the user to do that.
correct.
That's
So
all.
for that,
Yeah.
okay, for that, what attacker will do is, so now I'm again creating a Itachi user, okay? So now attacker has created the user. So what this attacker will do is he will assign the attacker to admin user. For that, what he will do is, um, 1 minute. Um, Let me open the another session victim machine. Mm, so for that, what attacker will do is net user, um, or not net user, net local group administrator, because administrator is local group membership, okay? And Itachi add. So what will happen is net local group, okay? Local group is nothing but the computer local group, and the local group name is administrator. So what we are doing, this is the attacker, right? So attacker is adding Itachi to admin group, okay? Now what will happen is this Itachi, he has admin privileges on this box, okay? Now let me show you in clear. Net user, net local group, right? Local group admin, str. Okay, if you see here net group local users, you see mother, okay, Itachi is yet to update, I guess. 1 minute. Okay, Itachi is there. Mm, okay, I think Itachi has yet to add. He was not added, but ideally this is how the attackers you know gain their
Yeah, yeah,
adminship.
Prashant, I
And
understand. I just had just a small question whether if we can do that or not. Like I understand that, like you're trying to do that. Yeah, is there a possibility to do that? I usually see a lot of such comments or like sort of uh, what to say this stories that are coming on blogs that I could see. When I read some blogs, I usually see that. So they
correct.
have created a user and deleted the existing user and start demanding the uh, actual person to pay something, and then like that's what it happened, right? So just had a small
Correct.
doubt in my mind.
Hmm.
Thank you very
So it's yeah, once you have the command prompt session, right, you can do anything you want. Okay. So if you want to see the files, right, you can see here what all Sasuke has in his files. If you can go to downloads folder, right? So you can see what all downloads in his folder is there. So there is Sysmon Python. He installed Git. So everything you can literally has anything. Okay. And here you can see in the sim tool, I have see just now whatever the commands we entered, right? Like there the attacker has entered net local group administrators, net users Hitachi, right? So you can see all these commands were executed. So since it is not, I mean, it is real time, it takes at least 5 to 6 minutes to get the logs from the sandbox and to the Elastic console. Okay. So now what happened is here we write the rules, here we create the rules that will alert us like, someone has created a suspicious account, someone has created, or a new user has been created. So these kind of logs we will get. Okay. So this is the demo session which I, thought of sharing, like, what all happens. Uh, so this is how the blue team works. This is very high level. Due to time restriction we could not share all the details, but in the course, right, we will discuss how to set up all these boxes, how the logs can flow, right, how do we see the logs, um, how to integrate the logs, how to integrate the logs, what you are typing, say whatever you are typing there, it comes to a platform. And again, not all logs are possible, but the important for security analysts to analyze the events, right? And we'll also discuss how to create phishing emails, how to detect phishing emails, how to do threat hunting, how to do threat intel analysis, right? How to do malware analysis, basic malware analysis, right? You don't need much programming that. So this is the demo session that I have today, and the mic is open for everyone now. If anybody has any questions, any queries, the comments, right, they can feel free to ask here.
Hi, Prashanth bro.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, can you show me the possibilities of job opportunities in Blue Team? Like how much we have scope in market?
So
Can
see,
you
as I
define
said
that?
at the yeah,
Yeah.
as I said in the beginning, see the cybersecurity firm is growing now. As I said, if someone who is looking for a technical job without coding and without having, you know, they don't want to code or they don't want to write coding, right? They can easily come to the cybersecurity job. You know, there are a lot of jobs in cybersecurity, but the problem is there are no skilled analysts or skilled engineers. That is where we are lacking as of on today in India. So there are at least 4,000 to 5,000 jobs open in across India in this 1 month only. Okay, every day I see tons of people posting that we need cybersecurity analysts, we need cybersecurity engineers, and my own company, like I mean, our own company, we will recruit every 3 to 4 months at least 5 people, 4 people. There is always openings. There are always job opportunities for this domain. So at least for next 20 years or next 10, 15 years, your jobs are going to be secured. And so many people are speaking that AI gonna replace jobs, AI gonna replace the developer jobs, maybe, but there is, for able for cyber security, right, there is always a scope. A human touch is needed for a security analyst, because cybersecurity in AI don't know what to do next. Okay, it just understands and tells that what you are doing, but AI will never tell you, this is the accurate information. But a human will see, at the end, human designed AI. Okay, there is nobody gonna replace human jobs. That too for cybersecurity. And there is always scope for this. For blue teamer, or someone want to start their career in blue teaming.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Okay. Any other questions?
Prashant, when is the course is going to start?
Um, So once I think I have already shared the form here. We'll
Okay.
start. eh, We'll start once we have good numbers because right now we started the demonstration, right? So probably
Okay.
we'll start at the end of Jan, or February first week. We are going to start this
Okay.
course.
How long this course gonna take?
So it depends actually. So right now, what I can tell is again, please don't take it in the wrong way. There are few people who understand very fast, and there will be few people who takes little time because we are starting from basic, right? So my course, I was thinking to plan for at least 6 weeks. 40 hours session every weekend we'll have it for at least 3 to 4 hours per week. I mean per day. Like once if you are taking a Saturday, right? We'll start at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock on Saturday, and we'll end at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So we'll have that 3 hours, 4 hours session because we are going from very basics, right? So we'll start from it's gonna be 6 weeks, I think.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, please fill out this form, which I shared in the chat right again. If you like the course and if you want to continue this, I mean, if you like the demo session and if you want to get into cybersecurity, please fill this form. My team will get in touch and they'll call you and they'll understand. Like, we can discuss on, fees and everything.
Hi, Prashanth.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah, actually, I have a doubt. So, the students who are in their colleges, so how this course will help them?
All right. See, right now what's happening is, so the final year students, right? We have been seeing like people who are trying to get job. I personally had interviewed more than 600 to 700 interviews in last 5 years, right? And so what's happening is there are institutes which they give, but they are what they are lacking is the practical thing. Okay, see, even though if you go to the YouTube course, you can go through the articles which are available on internet, but what's happening is they're all theory. Okay, even if you go for some I cannot tell few organizations names, but what they are doing is they're giving the theoretical knowledge. So with that, what's happening is the candidates who are coming for interview, they are unable to tell what happens. See, right now, if you have seen a PowerShell command, right? So if you click a PowerShell command, you don't know what's happening in the system, but attacker is able to create usernames. Attacker is able to create um, a malicious commands, and he is able to execute. But if you ask the questions, they are unable to tell what is the command prompt. They are unable to tell what is the PowerShell means. So, right. So this course will help the final year students or the people who are trying to get the job. Uh, they'll get fundamental knowledge. Also, they'll get practical knowledge so that they'll be able to tell what happens when something is going to happen, and they'll also learn how to protect it. Okay. So this complete knowledge will help them to crack. I don't say that they have to crack my own company interview, but they can crack any interview. The opportunities is comes like there are opportunities that come, but somewhere what we feel is, okay, this interview did not go well, I have to prepare well, right? So that particular gap will fill this course. Okay, they'll get confidence that what interviewer is going to ask, what interviewer is going to expect. So once you do this hands-on session program, uh, in your resume, you will be it will be add value to your resume that, okay, I have created a project that I'm doing a attacking and I'm doing defending side, and I know what to write, I know how to detect. So this standard of understanding the user or the candidate will get, and he will be able to deliver his best during the interviews.
Okay, I also have one more thing. So, if they are learning before in the college, so do they have internship opportunities? Like, will the companies hire as an intern?
uh, Companies, see, very few companies have started cybersecurity as, see, the reason why I'll tell you why the developer community or the Python and these communities for data science will having internship, and why cybersecurity is not having internship. So when it comes to cybersecurity, right, though if you are a fresher, if you are going and joining an organization, it takes time to you to digest and understand the environment, right? Like, when you first of all throw these logs and everything, for a user, it becomes really hard. Like, okay, they'll be thinking like, what is happening? And they feel stress. Okay. So the internships in cybersecurity are very less considering this, because if you give everything during internship, and if you expect more from a candidate during internship, it keeps in a dilemma situation whether I should continue this job or should I leave. So trust me, everything gonna take some time. But the program which whatever we are doing here, the program which I created, right? So it's gonna be like an internship. You create your own sandbox, you create your own elastic sim, you create your own firewall, you create your own logs, you analyze your own logs. Okay, so this will act as internship. Okay, though see, we will provide a certificate, but uh, along with that, if you have something on your hands that is weightage, that I think that is more value than the certificate if you have more skills. So that's how we learn in cybersecurity.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, irrespective of age and degree, we also have an opportunity called bug bounty, right? Like I think
Correct.
that doesn't have anything,
Correct.
any restrictions on the age or like any
Correct.
certifications and all. That doesn't make any sense, right?
Correct.
Like
So
even if you, irrespective of the organization, like anything, like
irrespective of
you don't need to go for it.
even if you're not from cybersecurity background, you can still report bugs. So bug bounty is like freelancing. Okay, if you are very passionate about cybersecurity and detecting bugs in a website, or simple in terms, it's a developer mistakes and cybersecurity guys luck. I can tell. I mean, not luck, though it's their hard work. It's their hard work, money, and hard work effort. Uh, you know, you put so much of your effort in detecting bugs, but irrespective of what you said, you don't need to be, there is no age restriction. First thing, there is no skill restriction. There is no, um, and I mean, what else? Basically, if you have found a bug and if you know how it works, you can report, you can get bounty. It is not even required that you should cross 18 years age. I have seen people from college, intermediate, or plus 10, or plus 12 from 10th class, right? So they are also doing bug bounties, they are detecting bug bounties, and they are cracking interviews. So yeah, as you said, bug bounty is for everyone. It's an open source platform. So any questions? Okay, and please fill out the form, and also share to your friends. We'll also provide this recording shortly to everybody, so that you can share to your friends. And if someone is looking to join the course, right, try to share them and make them aware that there is a cybersecurity course that is ongoing. And uh, you can also follow. I mean, send this to your friends who is looking for job in cybersecurity. And as I said, we have a community also where we share our the job opportunities and everything. And that's all from my end today. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to drop out an email to can some uh, Krishna, can you share the email ID and contact number here in the chat so that they can follow up there if they have any questions?
Sure, sure. I'll be sharing. I think whoever fills the form, I think they'll be getting all the details related to it. If they have any questions as well, if they fill the form, we'll be contacting them and they'll we'll reach out to them asking for all the details. Like if
Okay.
they have any questions, we'll clarify this. Like, meanwhile, I'll share the email ID and also the details here.
Okay.